grounded and open. And another of his history professors stated, Blake is not just thoughtful, but thought-filled. He is truly a thinker, one who is processing carefully, sensitive to nuance and implication, and respectful of divergent points of view. And as a bonus, he is incredibly generous with co-learners, allowing space and time for genuine relationship to merge in mutual enjoyment of the learning experience. For me to be able to introduce someone so authentic means a lot. For I think it could be said of any of us, if we were interviewed by 3 or more persons and they all veritably said the same, that speaks to some authenticity, that we're not faking it this way and faking it this way, but we are known for who we really are. I think it speaks volumes to Blake's character. So here he is, comes the double the pressure, double the pleasure man. We're proud of you, Blake.
Thank you, Dr. Wise. To the faculty, I want to say thank you. You have honored us at the class of 2010 with your words, with your wisdom, and those are both things that are priceless. And as people who disperse priceless things so readily, I would say you have inestimable wealth. So thank you. Dr. Cook, thank you. To Ms. Tassel, thank you. Today marks a transition in our lives. If life was a landscape, this moment is paradoxical. We are on the top of a mountain, looking over the lands beyond, in great anticipation. As we look back at the slope we've scaled, we can take pride in our accomplishments. But simultaneously, we're in a little bit of a valley, intimidated by the climb ahead, and maybe at the thought of saying goodbye. For the past years that I've attended Warner, pursuing my history and music degrees, I don't think there was one semester where I didn't have a history class with Dr. Luke Gomer. Luke taught me something about history. It is contingent. There are moments in time when change just happens. When a decision is made at a crossroads that perhaps changes the whole story of humanity. For example, in our own American Revolution, we forget how much the French played a part in that success, in giving us money, in showing up with ships at the Battle of Yorktown. If King Louis hadn't made that decision, perhaps we wouldn't be an American nation today, perhaps we'd still be an English colony. When he made that decision, that was a moment of contingency. It was a moment of decision. This is life. This is history. Contingent moments, one after the other. Each of us face these moments of decision, transition, and choice. Today is a transition. How do we face it? How do we face the contingent moments of life? Well, I'm a Christian, and I'm a human. As a human, I am a social creature, and I greatly value my relationships with the people that God puts in my life. I love them. They're precious to me. Inevitably, these goodbyes are difficult. The thought that after today nothing will ever be the same is not an easy one for me to digest. I am a human and I am often afraid of change and transition. I am even intimidated by opportunity. I am often afraid of failing. I'm sure we can all identify with these elements. Because we're all human. And if you didn't know it already, if you're listening to my voice, you're probably human. Just to clarify. I'm also a Christian. This means Christ is my Lord, my love, and my life. And also my model for how I live. At the end of the 13th chapter of John, Jesus is explaining that he will only be with his disciples a little longer. That their paths will separate for a time. Jesus was anticipating the road he would have to walk alone to the cross. There was change in the air. A moment of contingency was approaching. Jesus would decide to be alone and die a cruel death on the cross. Save us. In In this moment, Jesus turned and looked into the eyes of his disciples and said these words: "Do not let your heart be troubled. Believe in God, believe also in me. For in my house are many mansions. If it were not so, I would have told you. For I go to prepare a place for you. And if I go and prepare a place for you, I will come again and receive you to myself, that where I am, there you may also be." There's a promise in that. Having experienced humanity, Jesus looked in the anxious eyes of his disciples, and with his words, he lifted their chins. So don't let your heart be troubled. Believe. He said, believe and hope in my promises. So if there is anything I would want to say to this graduating class, to this assembly, to my generation, and to this day and age, it is this: hope. Believe, create, explore, pray, become, and live. In the face of uncertainty, in the face of economics, in the face of pain, in the face of change and transition, appropriate the promises of God and live in faith. Remember who he is and what he has said. He has given you a hope and a future. He's on your side. And if he is for you, who can be against you? I've seen so many Christians with no vision, little faith, and no excitement for their life. It is as if we have chosen to live as paupers, and we are truly heirs of the King. I've been guilty of this, but I've come to realize that the God I serve is vibrant, powerful, creative, omnipotent, and challenging. He's the creator and sustainer of the universe. He enters situations to calm seas, to deliver, to heal. He challenges our faith and teaches us how to be his hands and feet. So I challenge you to lift your sights, till your eyes meet the eyes of God. Lift your hopes till they touch the heavens. Dream. Great men and women throughout the ages have chosen to live with a similar hope and faith. And you're in my history books now. People like Harriet Tubman, the slave woman who escaped from slavery in the South, began working through the Underground Railroad to bring other blacks to freedom. And like Dietrich Bonhoeffer and Martin Luther King Jr. Both of these men stood against terrible injustice and died for their cause. These people chose to live in a way that anticipated what God might do. They put themselves in a situation where they were vulnerable, and God used them mightily. They lived with a hope, anticipation, and a faith even in great adversity. They chose to be agents of change, to show the actions and love of Christ. This bittersweet moment of transition that we're facing today is really just a precursor to a string of beautiful moments of choice, contingency, of becoming, where we will answer the questions: what is my dream? How will I live it out? Where is my hope? How do I live a life of huge faith in the midst of doubt and adversity? How can I live in a way that anticipates what God might do? Hopefully, we've all been challenged today that moments of decision and change, we'll remember to believe in God and let his promises give us hope and faith. I am human. I am a Christian. As I have made this choice, I will live in the wake of God's love and in the hope of his promises. I want my life and all its moments of contingency to be enveloped by faith and hope and in love. I want to be able to say, like Martin Luther King, that I have a dream. Please dare to dream